we had an after-school practice to give them a kind of an idea of what it's like when they get in the high school band when we have Monday night rehearsal. They came after school and we did our rehearsal and I fed them and they just got to play around and hang out together. So that was a good time. We all enjoyed that very much. Without further ado, I'll talk about them a little more in a moment, but we're going to get started. Their program consists of Conquest, Majestic March, Fortitude, Fanfare March, Samba La Bamba, and Integrity March. competition to give them a little bit of experience. And the one that I found that I had my heart set on ended up being the same weekend as the state track meet, which that was kind of my bad. And I had little ones whose older brothers and sisters were competing at the state track meet. And the fact that we didn't have school on Friday kind of really wasn't a great idea for me to try to pull and get them all there on Saturday. So I'm planning on more for this group. Well, they'll be sixth graders. My sixth graders are going up to seventh grade. They'll be in high school band. But I'm planning on doing a little more extra with that group next year so that they get the experience they need before we get high school band. Guess we'll just continue. Next is Fanfare March. Jace and Zadie have only been in the percussion section for about, maybe 2 months? Maybe 2 months? So they're doing a fantastic job of stepping up and learning to play percussion for us. So I'm really proud of them for being able to do that. The next song, they'll probably all tell you this is their favorite song, Samba La Bamba. One, two, three. We went to competition April 1st. April 1st. We received a Division II on the stage, but we received straight ones in the sight reading room. I don't know if all of you are familiar with the sight reading room, but I have 7 minutes to explain a piece that I've never seen before and they've never seen before. Explain it to them, and then we perform it for the judges. So I am beyond proud of them for all 3 Division I's in sight reading, especially when they've never seen it before. So I'm very super proud of them for that. So good job, guys. So with this injury that I've had kind of this semester, it's been a trying semester, not for them, but for me. But I learned a lot. I learned that it's okay to be laid back. I learned that it's okay to have fun. I learned that you have to just sometimes wait until the time is right? So, I decided, this is something I probably would have never done before. So I decided we're having a lot of fun today. We're gonna do some, kind of like a pop concert for you. Some stuff from football season, and then I introduce them to some stuff they've never seen before, like rhythms and things that they were afraid of. So I'm super excited to say that I didn't stop believing in them, and now they know that they can believe in themselves because they can do it. So anyways, they've got kind of a long list. You can sing, you can dance, you can clap, whatever moves you while we're here, it is fine with us. I will also say there's one tune that this freshman group has been, every time we play it, they move through the band hall, and the younger bunch have kind of picked up on it. So if they get up and move, it's okay, don't freak out, but that's just something that they always do. So I told them, it's okay, I will just act like I don't see you. So anyways, here we go. We're going to start off with Barbara Ann. Are you ready? See, I know most of you know this one. Even the little ones will know this one. Sweet Caroline. Okay, the last four. Well, let me just go with the next one. So, I think back to when Ben was still in band. We'd be going to football games, junior high, for him, of course, and these guys. But we'd go to football games, and they would put some songs over the speaker in the bus. And let me tell you, that bus would be rocking on the way to football games and home. So, next one we're going to do for you, they used to ride, and the whole bus, I've got video, not mine, of them performing on the bus with this song. Party in the USA. All right. let them rest just a second. Just a second, though. So we leave after school today. Going on a dance trip. We're super excited. We're going to be going to Great Hills Lodge. We're going to a Rangers game. And we're going to, weather permitting, we're going to go to Hurricane Harbor. So, you can call me crazy if you want to. But I'd take these babies anywhere. I'd take them anywhere. All right, babies, yes, you're still my babies. Oh, Vegas? Well, when you're old enough. When you're old enough. When you're old enough. All right, let's go higher, higher. going to ask our state UIL goers that will be going, they'll leave Sunday and they'll be participating in the state. We're going to ask you to come up front up here, and and cheerleaders as well, and we're going to do a little clap out, send off, whatever for them before we leave, since we have all of you here and we're all together. Okay, so our last song for the day, where's Coach Garrett at? Coach Garrett, hey, Coach Garrett, whenever we started practicing this song, they said, hey, we need Coach Garrett to sing this song. I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm not putting you on the spot, but I'm just saying, you know this song. Most of you will. Don't stop believing. Pull them out of class to get things set up and all of that, and bring their instruments over and all of that. Just a huge thank you and a huge shout out to all those people. We are so grateful that we actually live in a community and we are a school that has the band program. We're very thankful. With that being said, your high school band. $10 to Brady in the camera. Hi.